Okay, Deon, it should work. Mm. 76 below zero? Thank you, Dumbbell. I thought anyone could see that because I posted on TikTok, right? Also, I just noticed that I'll wait until everyone gets here, then I could just welcome everyone back, even though we were only being gone for a day. But it's working. I'm glad. Hey, Lisa, the hero. I'm just surprised that Marcus Doctor was able to use his account because of his concussion and whatnot. So that was awful what he had to put up with. And yeah, Scott, and any of you that want to see it, take your time that you need. Um, and if any of you have any questions to ask me about that place, you can. Yeah, let's say drain. Take your time. I'm trying to think what I want to type in for the poll though. Yeah, no, no, not all the above. Hey, Deacon, welcome. There's no certain answer. I want everyone to know that it's how you feel. Hey, Dennis, how about your if you have the tab opened, that your sport activity went well, and take your time to view the URL. Oh, it was something else for that person to share that, and I spoke up because I'm thinking, really, I did, Deacon, because since I don't have cable in here. Even though my mother's boyfriend watched it, and I heard that the Seattle Seahawks won, right? Which I know a handful of you commented on that they really defeated the Patriots, and I feel awful for Penelope crying though because it's her team, right? I did see the performance of Bad Bunny that Bryony told me about, and thank you, Dumbo. It was great. The thing is, it was really short because he represent all of the nations in both North and South America. I'm shocked. Even Canada. Not just Latino country, we're talking about all the Americas, right? It's really, really, really sweet of him. You hated the Super Bowl, Jason. I don't blame you. Double said it sucked, right? It sucked monkey balls, so to speak. And you love Bad Bunny? I know I'm not surprised Bronny does since she is Puerto Rican. Also, people despise him, yet this man. Hey, hola, Francisco. Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estás? His name is Kid Rock. Okay, I want to explain about him very quick. Well, okay, if you know about, by the way, from whenever And if you're done, check the URL. I could explain it if you want me to. Hey Tim, if you know about Kid Rock, type in a skull emoji, and if you don't, type a question mark. I don't even know who he is, but I've been hearing about him on TikTok, and I'm thinking, yeah, he sounds familiar, but he's supposed to be what? Some country singer, and he's a hardcore Christian? And Bobby, you heard of Bad Bunny? Really? Wow, that's what the Chinese have. So Scott knows. Dumbo doesn't. Eric, yeah, you don't know him because you're just a young little one. And I was just watching too while you typed that in by Tommy, the guy that I have a crush on. Well, one of the YouTubers. Um, he's reacted to. I thought I also like this, surviving the coldest city on Earth. It's really interesting. I've seen documentaries like this before. Then let's see. We got 2 question marks and 2 skulls. Up 3. So you 3 know about Kid Rock. Well, I'm okay. If we get more skulls, I'm still gonna talk about it anyway. Okay, if we get more question marks, I'll talk about him. I don't think Dumbledore shouldn't worry about it unless we get more question marks. So a handful of you already know about him. Interesting. Oh, Son doesn't know him? Okay, Alice, you don't?
Shit, man. You kind of goes out with shorts and a vest. I always find it so fascinating how, like, you get a body not her body, but like, we can get used to it. You know, she has layers on it. That's so wild. Like, you just get used to it. Shorts, I mean, she could, just like for the house. The house is some people in Alaska are fine to go, oh, yeah, no, bro, it's crazy because, like, in Alaska, y'all, the strip have, like, a foot of snow, and then niggas just go to school. Like, it's normal, bro. Compared to, like, bro, Texas gets, like, 0.2 inches of snow, and the whole, like, state is closed down for a week.
Also, I'm surprised to keep it snow in Texas, and unless it's the western part. How is she 84? She looks amazing.
It's a form of respect to each other and shake hands with your parents. It is negative 70 degrees. And you want to take off my glove?
Hey, Jay! Dean, can you heard of him? One. Wait, how many question marks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So half a dozen of you do not know who he is. I hope this isn't free. I'm sorry, the map book is starting up. You kidding me? MacBook, stop doing that. I just had to restart. Anyway, I'm sorry, everyone. Why does it keep acting up? But Dr. Jensen, welcome. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. My MacBook is quite obsolete. That's why it tends to lag quite frequently. But I did read your message from my community post about Marcus, and I thank you. I'm trying to look for my pee because my hair is awful at this point. I thank you so much for informing us because I was getting worried about him since he hasn't been feeling well after the collision or whatnot, or at least that's his concussion. But it's a huge relief that he's recovering. Yeah, you don't not know where you put your beanie. You don't. You don't. Um. Do you know how long he would? I'm surprised that he even he even allowed you or let you to use his phone or laptop. How long is he gonna be recovering for? Yes, I would love to hear it. So I even have a couple crushes. Yes, I want to hear it. Yeah, Scott, your computer does that too, right? Because I know that as long as I've been knowing him, When he does, sorry, everyone, because this is a doctor, right? Um, oh, a month. Well, that's not too bad. Yes, Francis C. Mm-hmm. It is. Well, that's not too bad because I know that he likes to play football at time, but yet again, he told us that he's afraid he may not be able to. Um, Dancing, yes. So to basically put more info on this for you, he does seem to have typos, right? Which I could tell that it has to be because of his brain injury. I can relate to this because my mother's boyfriend, right, named Chris, he has a brain injury himself. Well, in the car accident, he has long term memory, so typically he would sometimes forget names. He does have short term memory loss, but every now and then he would forget things, right? So I'm sure his situation is similar to Marcus because, like, the when he had his car accident, he did hit his head, I believe. So what I've noticed that in our conversations, he wouldn't type clearly. Like instead of saying two, is TI. I've noticed that. And Dwayne, you've noticed that as well, right? Yes. Wait, it isn't good, Dumbbell? Well, I mean, Dennis has said that he is recovering, which is great. It's going to take a while because Marcus had told us that he enjoys playing football a lot. Has he had any mood swings? That's a great question. I don't think so. Not that I know of, no. He's always been subtle. He's been the same, and he he hasn't active aggressive. And even if he does, I know that's not who he is. So no, not that I know of. I know to me, but a dentist, it's an honor, isn't it? Because when I was in jail, that the Deon was 4 days ago, right? Because I did talk to a really sweet veteran that had SMI, which is severe mental illness, which is like PTSD but with anger. Of course, he was really sweet around me. Um, he didn't. He acted way different than Marcus would because Marcus doesn't have that condition. So I had to pin that. Yes, so Glenn is more like a memory loss thing for him. Not any types of emotions that he would share, from what I recall. Otherwise, I would know about it. So Mia, basically, Marcus had injured his head. I forgot how. I think it's not him being hit by a football, of course, but I'm guessing colliding with the other players. You know how you wear helmets, right? And then that's what caused it. Yes, Danson, absolutely. He has been telling us that he's been feeling like his head is like, imagine kind of like you're trying to bang a coconut. That was the pain that he had, right? It's as though it's like, think about those cartoons. We got that welcome bump. He told us that he'd been having those pain and that he wasn't feeling well. That he needed to lay down because he would leave early in our live streams for that. No, yeah, you remember that, don't you? I don't know how long this has happened. I didn't keep up. I think for the past week. It has to be. Man, my map book is so outdated. So Dumbo was about a week, right? I had a feeling. Hmm. Did he took any medications? That I know of, no. Otherwise, he would have told us. If any of you think he did, you could share with Dr. Danson, but no, I don't think he does take any medication. And Emilio was about a week old. Samana. Wait, Alice, do you remember what medication? I totally forgotten. To be honest, I'm sorry. This map book is so outdated. Excuse me. I think because people are still voting, that's why it's lagging. I'm not sure. Did he want a medication, Lisa? I just don't know what it is, though. I'm not. No, wait, no, that's not thing. Wait a minute. Now I remember he did mention about Tylenol, I believe. Unless it's one of you, I think it has to be either one of you told me about that or Marcus did, because I remember when I had a horrible toothache because I was eating Doritos too fast because I pinched my gum and then the nerve got damaged. My mother basically had me to take a pill, didn't really work well. I guess because it takes a while. It didn't really help me though. Maybe it didn't help for my gums. My gums, they can be sensitive, but I got really. I need to brush my teeth. I would brush my teeth for over a day. Uh, I have really strong teeth. I don't do drugs, and nor do I smoke, and nor do I have a lot of sugar. So that's why my teeth are fine. Drink. I don't think he does. I not that I know of. It's so maybe like minimal. I don't think Marcus is a drinking type. And Jade, sorry, it was the Tylenol, right? Yes. And Sherman, yeah, he did mention it. I thought one of you did, but yeah, it was Marcus. And Garney had to use Tylenol once, right? It didn't really help for me that much. I don't know why. Because you're only supposed to take one at a time. So I don't know. Wait, Dumbo he did? How did I forget? See, I just found out all you were here, honestly, because I don't remember everything about Marcus past. Except I know that he was homeless and they had a dog that basically was deceased. And that he had a girlfriend at one point. And now, of course, he wanted to study to go to my state's on football for a couple of days. Well, it's only, okay, it's for a day, but he was here for 4 days. For a few days, pardon me. I forget what state he lives in. I don't remember. No, yeah, my pleasure, Dr. Grenson. Yes, it's my pleasure. Honestly, as someone that loves to study about mental and medical health, I'm honored, especially since I was in jail once, and well, I had to make sure that they had to mark down my weight, making sure that I don't have any history of, taking medication because the only time I had to take was for my ADHD, but that's about it, and my depression. But that was a long time ago when I take antidepressants, which made me drowsy and it didn't help. I'm honored. Man, I'm honored to be have a doctor here. But we definitely have Marcus in our mind. Also, I know this is Alice's birthday today. No, 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 don't apologize. Yes, of course. sorry, Deon. It's okay. It happens. Pardon me for that. My MacBook kind of cuts off. Takes a cup of water because of, I'm guessing, the hot temp. So he was sweating. It was this is like during in December a few years ago, I believe. And the mom got us back. And Craig, sorry you got a little sick last week. I'm sorry to hear that. Also, how Samir is doing well at the hospital. But yes, I don't want to keep you on hold because I have other patients you had to take care of. Yes, Craig's are. I'm glad you asked. Yes, you came back. I'll make you a mod right now. But I'm sorry to hear that you've been sick. Because I want to let all of you know, right? You can ask me anything. And also for the URL thing, well, you can ask me about that later if you want. Or now, anytime you feel comfortable. That's why I wanted to share it. Um, Basically to explain, okay? Well, I'll share one thing. If you have any questions to ask me, wait. Deon, let's see. Can manage block words and change chat modes in live. I'll try. I'll add you as a managing moderator. I wonder what that does. She's doing fine. That's great. Because when I was there, the waiting time, I did post this on TikTok. Not many people viewed it, sadly, because I thought people may be interested, and not that Deanna is your first experience. This was self-defense, of course. People make it such a big deal. No, I've been in handcuffs before to go to a mental facility. So when that first happened to me, I cried. I'm thinking, what did I do? Am I getting arrested? But they're just taking me to a mental facility. It's basically jail for dementia and well. So I don't have their card. Unless my mother has it. When the officer gave it to me, oh man, I think my mother has it. I don't know why she said that we'd be tired of being out here. Mom, you're lying. They're doing their job. They have to. If that was the case, then why not get the same officer then? Twice. And why was he so relaxed with me? And why were we dismissed? Why do we not have any charges though? I don't get it. Yes, and even though we both have injuries. I don't get it. It doesn't, sorry, not to be mean to my mother. That doesn't make any sense. Sorry, I'm rambling. Slade, I need to ask you this, okay? This is really important. I hope you're not friends with that person on TikTok because you're not Slayer, aren't you? Because if you are, we need to speak. Because I'm kind of concerned now. Not to mention, I didn't like the way you acted earlier. And I know you enjoy creating multiple accounts just to trick me. Also, if you were in jail, what were you in jail for? I need to know all of this. I'm fine. But you're not Slayer in TikTok, right? I hope I'm misunderstood. Because I told everyone I thought that was you because, well, it had a letter S and it was blue. Yes, Scott, absolutely. The one that is shared in the URL. Mm-hmm. Because everyone on TikTok saw it. Yeah, Drain, yeah, go ahead. It is my pleasure, Greg Zoyer. You're doing your best because you care for people. Remember that. So I like to talk to myself because I'll ever go look back on this stuff just to give myself encouragement. But Slade, that wasn't you, right? Be honest. It says Slayer something on it. It had a letter S. Francis, you noticed, didn't you? It's noticeable, isn't it, everyone? The mark. What it is? It is that noticeable, isn't it? Okay. I'll keep that in mind because I'm not sure who's. Wait, why would you go in jail for burning yourself? That doesn't make any sense. In the past, Dennis, yes. because he kept warning them about religious stuff and how he just randomly snapped at him and telling them, well, he's a liar, etc. Which, if that was the case, I'm gonna know about it because I knew Dumbo for 2 years. Plus, he works, so he doesn't have time to basically create dummy accounts to do that. Yeah, Lisa, tell me about it. I'm sorry, I just saw your comment just now. Yeah, she was a liar. And I had many police encounters myself. Yes, Drain. The one that I thought was hot because he's really tall though. He's really cute. He wore an all black. He wore a black sweater, some colorful. Think about how people at a punk, like people that like punk golf type of style, right? Hold on, I gotta do something very quick. He wore that, and he basically has some piercings. And he was friends with a 39-year-old that I thought was hot too. That was a barber, right? And they were in jail. I don't think I told you. I don't think I told you about this because I shared on TikTok, right? Unless I forgot. Um, for a DUI. Also, there was a sweet 23-year-old woman that I talked to that they know. She's also a caregiver, right? And she was there for DUI. Oh, she was so sweet, and I know she's innocent because DUIs happen. It doesn't make as long as you don't basically collided with someone, especially with the police do those icing, because they would give you a breathalyzer test to make sure that you're not over the limit of alcohol. Because if you are, then you have to be taken to the station, right? And you probably get like depending on what you do, like a few days or something, maybe less, right? Until the drug is out of your system, right? Because I know I've seen a lot of those videos, and I knew people that drink, so I'm used to stuff like this and smoke. So this is why stuff like this doesn't bother me. In fact, I feel it's normal for me. Well, I'm in Arizona, and well, things like that happen out here. Even though I know Pennsylvania and Ohio and Kentucky, I don't know about double state um, tend to do drugs. And honestly, even like the most sweetest people I met do drugs. You'd be surprised. That's why I would wish I wouldn't mind being a doctor, kind of. I don't know everything about it, of course. If that actually makes sense. Also, I need to get like a new bracer for my legs because it's like not even sharp. These are just cheap $1 ones. Or to trim out little face because since I go through a lot of stress, my the testosterone does have extra hairs in my face because of my age. That probably makes sense. Okay, yeah, should work. You're okay. So you're on it. How was the fingerprint like? It was something. Basically, it was a lot of process, right? I think I had to do it 4 times, right? They would just have you to pin it like this on like a metal round thing, right? At least the officers were kind to me about it. I told them it's my first time or whatever, even though one of them said, "Hope it's our last." I don't think it's me way, even though the other one did. Maybe it's because they didn't want me here. I don't know, which is a good thing, right? Because I know they're doing their job, but I wish because it's not like in Norway, in your country, where officers are much more polite. Because here in the states, we do have officers who are like that. It's just how it is here. But I know other countries like Mexico and Russia, for example, are like that. Um, and then I had to wash my hands, of course, and it was like a lot of fingerprinting and hand printing, right? So we basically did all that. And Deacon, you've been to jail 3 times. Oh, I would love to hear it. Really? And your coach once wants to assault his wife. Oh, that's awful. Do you know how long for, Dennis? I've never been in jail, but hold the prisoners don't give you. Nope. Craigslist, no, they did not. And me too, Mia. I mean, it was a really nice experience. I just wish I was friends with the officers, though. I know that's not possible, but I didn't cry or anything. I didn't. I would, but no. Slade, I wish you could type properly because it's serious. I'm sorry. I'm gonna Slade. If you had to keep this up, I'm gonna have to just. You're gonna be a ghost viewer, which means you and I could get muted, but I'm just gonna ignore you because you gotta type. This is like serious stuff we're talking about today. Okay, well, Slade, I think that was you. You don't fool me, okay? Don't because it's so funny that you. I don't know on my TikTok. Whatever. I don't know. He's weird. I'm sorry. I can't. He's from North Carolina. Just a lot of you know. He lives like on the one of the capes on the coast. I don't know what up with him. For 4 years, yeah. To be honest, why? Come on, MacBook. Goodness. So, Deacon, you gonna Slade? I'm not gonna respond because I'm sorry. You're much old enough to basically type properly. Okay, Eric is typing in clear sentences, and he's half your age. Okay, you gotta act like it. I cannot take you crucially if you keep typing like this. I don't know how many times I keep telling you you're 18, right? Why you're not acting like it? I'm sorry. Oh, oh boy, I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry, but it's irritating a bit because this is serious. If this wasn't, I don't care if you do type silly. I will like that, but no, no, you don't apply. You don't have to. I'm just gonna just not respond because oh yeah, AJ, you just got back in Texas, did he? Or you just arrived? I hope you had a safe trip out here. And me either. You know, not necesario. Um, hey boy, about the God thing. All right. So I'm gonna do this. I'm sorry. Wait, I want to do something very quick. Where's the little Snapchat symbol? 5 Monday. All right, Slade, you're on the ghost list. That means you have been ignored and you're not going to be talked to anymore. So have a nice evening. All right. Yeah, crabs are. Yes, of course I do. I shared a URL in the beginning. I'm sorry, bro. I'm still gonna put up with this. It makes you laugh the way that he types. Anyway, he'll board himself out. Yeah, Scott, I understand. Yeah, this don't pay notice. Eddie and Jorge told me about the same thing when I have that weird on the TikTok, right? So if they want to keep saying that I'm a weird or whatever, something that happened years back, whatever, yeah, that was weird enough putting, even though that's over with, and of course feel guilty of it, whatever, I didn't do anything wrong, so to speak. or meant to cause any harm because my TikTokers or my planners told me that, then yeah. Um, why does he keep saying I love you? Whatever. Because he's muted. I'm still reading his messages. Oh, yeah, Craig's right. He doesn't use TikTok. He doesn't. He used to have a Twitter, but it got deleted, and some weird people were following him or whatnot. Dennis, I don't know about for life. That's a good question. I wonder if she made that a rule. Um, for the whole stream, blocking is when they harass me, right? Blocking is like level 3. This is like level 1.5 because he does it again, and then I give him a warning. That'd be straight up to what, level 2, and then it would go to level 3. It's like I'm giving like a silent warning. But yet again, warning is when I told him not to do it. But so this is basically more like football. I don't know. He did this multiple times before. This is like his second strike. Well, second strike, something like that. Yes. So Deacon. Yes, I did. I mean, I made a lot of. And there were so many hot boys in that jail. I'm sorry. Gosh, I mean, I'm sorry. They were all taller than me too. Not to mention the underwear that were anyway, because when they stretch or whatever, and I couldn't stop looking. Him. It's not like what you see in the American TV shows, right? It's not. Well, kinda, but a little different. So, what do you went to jail for, Deacon? Oh, Craig's are. I lost count. I'm not kidding. I lost count, and I did talk to him on the phone once. In fact, my phone does. Well, I don't have any service anymore because my mother drew out the SIM card. The meets were the best after me and Chris meet up and then the neighbor thing. Otherwise, if I still have service, sure, who knows? Oh, Charlie want to meet me, but if you want me to make a yes, Drain, absolutely, yes, of course, yeah. You get what a little that said hi, and you were there for fighting. Do I? Selling drugs. I understand. So man, you must went through a handful, haven't you? Trust me, I do not shame anyone. As long as, like, if you're doing it to get by and survive, and for your family, and I think it depends on the drug. Like, if it's blues, then I might have to question you. Like, I'm not gonna say you're an awful person, but let's just say it's like weed, basically. Well, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. It depends though, but I understand because, well, again, I do know that woman though that was selling fentanyl, but she was sweet. No, it didn't bother me. As long as they don't give it to me, then that's fine. Or does that be a problem? Because I don't want to get arrested and I don't do drugs. All right, I don't care. I don't. In this country, what we're going through, I don't care. As long as you're doing it for like certain reasons, right? Like if you have, like you're poor, you're getting by, please be careful. Yeah, in fact, I don't judge anyone. I'm thinking, yeah, this is why in some drugs, depending on the drug, like if it's like marijuana, well, actually, I might say it's legal. If you want to sell marijuana, go ahead. In fact, I encourage it. Well, depending if you have a license, whatever, I don't care. Cigarettes, go ahead. Um, but the most dangerous ones, I don't know about that. I don't know. Like as in that you may get caught. So you only did those three, right? Yeah. So how long are you in jail for doing those? Because when I remember when I was in that jail, there was a couple women that one of the hot boys that told me about, that they were there for prostitution. And I'm thinking, oh, that's awful. I get it. But you know what? I gotta say this. I think prostitution should be legal. If you're an adult, you want to do something with another adult with your body, go ahead. I mean, come on. If there is adult sites, what's the problem? That's just how I see it. I'm thinking you're both considered adults. Go ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing to be ashamed of. And it's coming from someone that's a rape victim, for crying out loud. So I don't think people should go to jail for that. Depending on what you're doing, like if it's just like out somewhere privately, not like around other people, I don't care. Just be safe. Make sure they wear a condom. Oh. 8 years, Deacon? Right, Amelia? And Francis, you smoke marijuana? I didn't do that. And oh, Mia, how was your nose surgery, hon? I'm so sorry because I know you told us about that the day from yesterday. But 8 years, Deacon, that must be hell. 8 years? Dumbo, go ahead. Because I'm probably wondering. But yeah, I'm sorry, Dumbo. Okay, this stream keeps acting up. Either way, we're worrying. That's why I bought that Dumbo, literally. um, the funny thing is, there wasn't that many women there. I mean, there were some, if I remember correctly, in the second room that we were in, there was probably six. The funny thing is, the other room where I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy 2, there was something about men. You know, nothing but men. It's kind of interesting. Well, yes, I know that men are more likely to do crimes, right? Because there's more of us. Duh. But it was really interesting. Oh, I see, Deacon. Thank you, Dumbo, for typing it in. It didn't run through. Yeah, I'm sorry, Craig. Sorry. I know. But you know what? I want to say for you two, you don't need to ask for any permission. You know, I kind of like to keep it up so they can make him full of himself. But you don't need to ask me. Yeah, you think so, Scott? Hmm. But to I gotta say this, they were really sweet to me. They were so sweet. I mean, let's just say a lot of connections with them. A lot. It's like high school, but for adults. Like a strict like high school boot camp or something. It is exactly like that. And yeah, a lot of them were my age. The youngest was 20, I believe, and there was a hot one that I liked. His name is George. He was kind of hot. I'm sorry. He was Mexican. He was like um blanco. Um he was really hot. I had a crush on him, kinda. I'm thinking you're not 28. You look like you're like 19 or something. So the thing is, um, well, here's the thing. Yeah, what he did was awful, but he was so sweet to us. He was there from like armed robbery. I don't know how long he's gonna be in technically prison for a long time. So, um, I feel bad though. Like, yeah, what he did was wrong, but I could tell that he feels guilty for what he did. Also, I feel awful for him because the floor that we're in the room was like a concrete, and I want to ask all of you: do you think that okay? If you think we slept in, if you think we had our own beds, well, at that time we're in jail. Type a bed emoji. If not, you could just type in the word for either way, or the chair. And what, AJ? They should be working for law enforcement. That was those officers' job. Me to school, but all right. You know what? Someone's spamming this. Let me turn this off because they're making this lag. All right. Oh, not the time scan. Sorry. Hold on. Um. But AJ, that's awful that happened to you. I hope you're doing okay though. Because I know the Texan border, yeah, I know the Arizona border for us, obviously, because of drug smuggling, that's really common here. I think that's why I'm so open minded because people do drugs, because it happens here. And I met amazing people that did drugs, so it doesn't bother me. It just sucks that I had that baby bottle pop. That those that sweet girl and her boyfriend gave to me. That's what I had to do it out. Man, I want to keep this a collection. I need to buy one like that. I had it for a year. It was expired. You could tell it looks expired. Oh my! As long as you don't give it to children and for people that are clean or innocent, I don't care. Great, it's happening again.
Sign of respect is shake with the glove. You won't try to stay warm. That's tradition called